Hello, it's OneOverCosine. You can call me Sequent, and today I'm trying to do something a little different than what I usually do. Don't have much time nowadays to draw, and I often find myself just going off to play video games instead of doing art. Not really too unhappy about that, but I do want to keep up my skills, and so I've decided I want to try and do to spend the short hour I have doing some sort of drawing, rather than just do some sort of drawing. Wherever I get to is where I get to. Looking at my art list, I have a few things pending, but I think I want to try drawing ash claw, not ash claw, that's an OC, ash fur. It'll be a quick thing, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Usually I don't record my sketching process. Usually see once I'm done with the sketching. Maybe you see the detailed sketch, but that's I've already decided on what the drawing is going to look like by the time I get to that point. Right now I've just opened up a blank canvas and I really don't know what I want this piece to look like. Not really. We'll see how far I can get with just this hour. It's looking a bit wonky. What do cats look like again? So often I spend a bit of time just looking through different types of drawings, or not drawings, different pictures of cats. Redraw those as warm up. Probably should warm up now actually. But I often, that takes a lot of time. Oops. And I have just an hour, so I might pick a few small things, I don't know, just to warm myself up with, then just get to drawing. But yeah, been busy doing training, and though I do still have time in the evenings, it's just enough time to do one thing. So, and drawing takes more than an hour. Well, doing a full drawing usually takes more than an hour for me. So I often find myself just going, okay, I'm going to play some video games instead. It's easier, I don't have to think as much, and I've been doing so much thinking throughout the day, and I just don't want to do this right now. So drawing often gets neglected whenever I find myself being busy. But out of all the things to neglect, I suppose drawing is better than, forgetting about chores or whatever. But yeah, I still want to do like art, so here we are, trying to get back into it. So just a few warm-up things, remembering how cats actually look. How does that little elbow here, little paw doing a thing. I actually can't really see how that is sat, to be honest. It's kind of difficult because it's such a dark cat, but yeah, it's fine. Usually I would probably spend more time here figuring out the shapes and everything, but I just want to get just a very quick, just something down. It's very wonky, but that's fine. That's one little sketch thing done. You're there. Another one. It's more to form and all that business. Can't actually fit all of this one in, but that's probably fine. And your tail goes off and does a thing, and your other arm is kind of like this, not really, but it's close enough for a short, like 1 or 2 minute thing, isn't it? Amazing. We have this cat here. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. Not really being precious about what I have. really enough space to kind of get the view I want. Oh well, we can make it work, I suppose. Now you seem a little bit easier to kind of see the shapes on such a light coloured cat. Okay, and got a lot of arm here. I'm given a lot of leg, but it's fine. Look a lot beefier too than they actually are, but hey, it's probably fine. It's got the face, doing face things. Probably okay. Kind of arched back. I don't really know how to describe it. The build is not what I'm used to seeing on cats. It looks quite thin, I'd say, like long-legged and tall. But okay, let's just leave that as it is. Warm up is warm up. We are good. I'm very conscious of just the time I have, and okay, that is a tail doing tail things. I haven't really studied like drawing tails, I think, in a while. I know it's just the spine and all that business, but I'm not. I don't know. Anyways, warm up is done. I think it's, I'm warm enough. Now, question is, it's ash fur, not ash claw. So what do I want that to look like? I know he's known for the scene where, okay, spoilers, he's trying to, I forgot, was he trying to murder Kit? It's not Kit, but was he trying to murder this Sparrowstripe's Kit? Or I forget. I know there was fire and he was blocking their way and all that business, but I forget the actual context of what was happening. I know he was a massive incel, but that's kind of like, that's kind of where what I remember ends. He's grey, he's ash fur, you know. Probably a bit obsessive. I haven't read these books in a long while. I remember small things vaguely. I don't really remember that much about like the context of a lot of stuff. Okay. So trying to think. Just posing is kind of where I get stuck a lot of the time. Can often make or break a drawing for me. And yeah, trying to speedrun it doesn't really make that much easier. Kind of makes it more difficult, actually. Because yeah, what am I going for? Is this a long enough body? Probably. Probably. Yeah, not really sure what I want to go for today. Just gonna look through more pictures, I think. I might go for a more just take a reference and use that to just base it off of completely. That's probably a good way to do quick drawings. I wonder if there's a kind of breed of cat people choose for ash fur. I know people do, like, I think it's Abyssian for Firestar. Yellow Fang, I think, is a British short hair, I think, because of the squash face. All the characters have their specific ones that people choose for them. Interesting. I'm just looking through images, and there are some interesting things. A cat skin rug. And people do bear skin rugs and all that kind of business. Yeah, quite not what I expected to see this morning. Okay. I found pretty nice drawing, or not drawing, I can just keep doing this, a pretty nice picture. Though I know this is not the kind of cat I imagine when I think of Ashfur, but hey, you know. The pose is kind of quite, well, not strange, but odd to figure out. It's got like, I can't draw there. Oh well. Can I move that? No, I cannot move that. Wait, let's see. If I put this here, will my drawing show on top of it? Nope, it shows underneath. Oh well, we'll work with this. I wanted to kind of do a trace over the top just to kind of get the basic shapes down, but I can't do that. But hey, it's fine. And I'm going to get rid of whatever else is over here. So it's kind of like really compressed in there, you know. Honestly, the angling is kind of making it like the head is about just as wide. Maybe not, well, not that much less as wide as the other. My words are not doing it today. It is 8 AM right now, because there really isn't that much time in the evenings to do drawing. Actually, if for a lot of my speed paints or whatever drawing processes, you can see that I usually draw in the mornings. It's just when I feel more, not creative, but what's the word for it? More willing and able to do some drawing. When it gets to the evening, I'm too tired. And honestly, I don't think this morning is going much better. Let's try something different, I think. I need something that fits the character, or at least what I imagine the character. Maybe something that just, I don't know, inspires me or something. Just trying to draw where you're not, trying to draw while you're kind of blocked. I'm somewhat blocked right now. I haven't drawn for like, well, I haven't kept on schedule for about 2 or so weeks. I'm usually able to get at least a drawing done. This reminds me of when I was doing the stuff for streaming. I always find it quite difficult, but because of the feeling of having an audience, probably makes it quite hard to keep on. What's the word for it? You get the idea of having an audience. I might cut out and speed stuff up, so you only see when I actually start drawing for real. Maybe I'll keep the whole process in, because I suppose it's all right. I suppose it's good to see when people struggle with drawing. So what do I want? Sorry, that is my chair. It's quite old and creaky. So what do I want? I want Ashfur was ThunderClan, so forest kind of scene. I want like trees and grass. Always add some stones just to make it look more like stuff is happening and all that business. Let's see. I know they had a lake at some point. He was in the lake territories, yeah. I don't remember if he was around before the lake territories. I really forget. Though, is he Squirrel Flight's age? If so, then he was Ashport at the time, but I guess he wasn't really relevant. Or if he was relevant, I was really not paying attention. I don't. I want to do a full body drawing, but it doesn't need to be full body. I don't think. It's not like important. What do I want? Okay, I'm thinking. I've already done something like this with Scourge, I don't know how you pronounce his name there. And River actually. I've done something like this for a few characters recently. What do I want to do? Just trying to think of like different poses or whatever. Have a neighbour who has a cat who often likes to sit on one of the bins out there and chills. And I don't know. We have loads of cats on our road, but he's one that I remember a lot, just because he'd like often find him in our garden walking along the wall, or not the wall, the fence. Actually both, there's a wall and a fence, my goodness. But yeah, I think most of my drawing time is spent just coming up with, what's it called? Kind of an idea of like what do I want to draw today. Which is why that's why I don't start my drawing processes from here often, because it can get, I have a few things that just end up getting scrapped and never see the light of day. It happens a lot. I have so many things in progress. Actually, let me see if I can put anything up. Okay, I couldn't find anything, but I did remember something that I wanted to draw. It ended up not being Warriors related. Let me see. Okay, all I can do. Whichever one ends up looking nicer, I suppose. quickly save this. I forgot to actually. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Weekly arts. What week is this? I actually don't know what week this is. Yeah, we had January. What's week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Are we only in week 7? Oh, that's February. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 seems right. Let me see if this is 11. I do not like the bend there, doesn't seem quite right to me. I'm thinking maybe I should look up some drawings. Not drawings, I keep saying drawings, I mean to say like images or whatever, but the word drawings just keeps coming out. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, going silent does seem to have helped quite a bit with actually having an idea of what I want to do. But yeah, sometimes you just have to focus up. It helps. We'll see how far we can get with this one. It's been about 17 minutes just talking and being confused, to be honest, which is not the best, but it happens, you know. Can't just force creativity from nowhere. I have to spend time talking through, planning through, and looking for inspiration and all that business. That is looking a bit funky. And when I say a bit funky, I mean it's just like, you know, actually it's not that bad, to be honest. It's not that bad. I'll just make it a little bit shorter probably, because it's looking a bit out of proportion. I might scale this whole thing up to, you know, just to give me more space. Which leg do I want to choose? I like this one a bit more, I think. It feels like it makes things a bit more balanced. Let's get rid of this one then. And probably add more volume to this one then, probably. Actually, I can even move this a bit forward, to be honest, because it is. Yeah, I think I can do that. What have I done? Alrighty. Now, I believe this is supposed to be Sparrowstripe, a different character, one of my own characters. Character I made an OC for some people. Persona, I don't know what you call it nowadays. Just keep flipping it. I feel like it looks nicer the other way around, which is kind of unusual. For usually people, to make this a bit more square, usually looks nicer the way around you draw it in. I think I haven't drawn this card since 2021. It's always nice to revisit things like this. I don't usually draw the body first and then the head, so this is gonna take a little while to get things looking as I want them to. Man. Oh gosh, okay. We'll figure this one out. Oh goodness me. We'll figure this out. Okay. So I know that this is the kind of, that is so weird. Maybe I could just drag it down a little bit. It's a bit long, some sort of dragon neck or whatever. That is probably not too bad. I do know I don't want proportions to just kind of disappear completely. This character does have a halo, yes. Yeah, it's a bit cartoony. I don't know how you describe it, but honestly, anything that gets me drawing is probably like really good right now. I just want to keep trying to stay this up to date in everything. I think you know what? I think I actually want to have them more. I don't know how you describe it. You know, let me just copy this actually. Get rid of that, and now we focus on this one. I want to try something. Honestly, can make them probably taller. They look quite squashed as it is, proportions wise. Maybe make the torso slightly longer if I change, because I changed the pose. The pose itself seems to work with yeah, but a pose change means it seems like I have to change the proportions as well, which is kind of interesting. Let's flip it, and I can probably make the legs a bit longer if that's not the right tool. Probably about here seems about, no, that's wrong. Let's go back. Oh my goodness. Okay, about here seems about right, and fill in the gaps, I suppose. That needs to, yeah, I need to fix a few things. That one needs to change too. Probably make the feet a bit bigger actually. That's like there, this is like that. Very leany. Ooh, actually. Very leany. Alrighty. So we got two quite different looking. Is it quite different? We have the more kind of standy, quite pose. We have the more kind of movie around. I don't know how you describe it. I do prefer this one, so I think I might continue with this, and I might use that for something different. Yeah, it's quite interesting how changing the pose means you change the proportions and everything. But anyways, here is what we got. Okay, that was the basic sketch. Now we do the detailed sketch. This is usually where I start my videos, my speed paintings. But I just hadn't really been into it recently, as I've been saying. I've got an exam this Friday and just lots of projects, things to do, lots of project things to do, which is, yeah, it's quite a lot. But hey, you know, when I'm done with this, I'll get a job, so that'll be really cool. So to earn again, and hopefully with that money I'm gonna buy quality of life change stuff, just so that I can sit more comfortably and not break my back while working or gaming and that kind of thing. A new controller. My current one is the right thumbstick is weird. I can't look down properly in games, which is quite frustrating. But it's fine. I play Junkrat. It's a bit annoying, and Moira. It does affect like how well I can play. But thankfully, although I do play competitive, it's not that bad. It's though I think it is giving me problems with my thumb, because I have to press down harder than I would usually need to. So yeah, getting a new controller should help with that. Also, new proper business clothes. I only have hoodies and tracksuit bottoms right now, really. Probably get a pair of smart jeans and stuff like that. Oops. Not really sure where I want the halo to sit. Usually it sits over, for this character, actually let me see if I can find an older drawing of 2019, was that the last time I drew them? I'm scrolling through art to see if I can find it. Did I draw them in 2019? Was it 2020? Even that whole time period, it kind of probably was 2020, wasn't it? Yes, it was. This is the character. Yeah, the halo usually sits on the left. No, their right ear. But from our perspective, it's the left ear. So, okay, cool. That is whatever. Still detailed, very messy sketch. I do quite a few sketches when I do these kinds of things, just to get, in the first one, to get the basic form down. The next is for, as it says, details, just to get an idea of like what I want on the drawing, I suppose. Try and get like some anatomy stuff down. Though I'm not too bothered. More so, I'm concerned with like, does it look nice? That's kind of the most important thing. Obviously, decent anatomy helps it to look nice, but I'm very happy to bend things if it makes it look nicer. Like, okay, this is quite odd. The last drawing of this character I drew in SAI. I'm using Krita right now. The brush set that I have access to is a bit different in both of these programs. Probably could set it up so they have the same thing, but I'm pretty sure it will still feel a bit different to use. And I thought I was in a Krita mood, but to be honest, the drawing I'm stuck on right now is a Krita project as well, so maybe I should just take a break from Krita. Though it is very nice to just get some nice quick sketchy things done, like this. it does, oh goodness me, it's jogging about all over the place. It does get difficult for I don't know what you call it, more polished stuff. At least for me, I find it quite I find it harder to do polished things in Krita. And the brush set is alright. It's just not what I like to use. I actually had a lot more fun with Photoshop while I still had my student account, but I'm not a student anymore. I've not been a student for 3 years almost now. I graduated in 2020. So this is looking a bit strange. Why did this one not look as strange? Because it was more stylized? Possibly. Let's do something about that. Yeah, let's do something about that. But yeah, this sort of thing you generally don't get to see. That looks fine for now, so I think it's definitely the front part of the face that's looking odd. Yeah, these are the parts you don't really get to see when I do my speed processing. Number one, sped up to, I think I do ×4, then I do ×2 or 4, depending on how long it took me to do the drawing. They're not all sped up to the same amount. It really depends on like what music I've been able to find, and they're looking very down. So maybe I want to look forward rather than down. Perhaps, I don't know. Is that? That does seem a bit odd, doesn't it? That makes you feel like the head should be, or the muzzle thing. It's 8:30. Yeah, I have alarms just to keep me on track. I know there's a clock on the computer, but that's not always gonna be enough when you want to make sure you're not late for work. I work from home. I train from home at the moment, so not really a worry of being late. Okay, looks still not what I want, but it's serviceable. And honestly, serviceable is very good when you're not really into when you're not really feeling it. I'm happy with that. Okay, they're looking a bit thin, a bit hungry. Wanted to just add some more volume to them. So yeah, just like tweaking things so that it looks nice, I suppose. Right, not too weird. How much time do I have left? Okay, it's been 38 minutes. I've got 20 minutes left. Could I do a quick lines? And yes, I can easily do that. Just yeah. Let's see. Quick lines in color. Whatever end with. It's not lines. Now this character, I tend to like using purple with them. Where'd the other one go? Oops. I don't know, Ford A, what does that mean? Ford A.png? Whatever, I have no idea what I was naming that. I'm going to look back and think the same thing. I've just titled this one 11. Cool. They weren't a beefy character, were they? But it doesn't matter. Let's I'll get the color picking stuff later. Okay, for now, we'll just do. Wait, what layer am I? I want the brush size to be 7, and let's just go for thick outlines and then thinner inner lines. That's what that's what I've been doing relatively recently. I think I've liked that quite a bit, how it looks. also just makes it easier to kind of see the form of the character, I suppose. If you can just, like, how do they look with just the outer outline? No, I haven't taken art since like GCSE, so I don't know any of the technical, well, I don't remember any of the technical stuff if we ever even covered it at GCSE level. Did not do graphic design or any of that stuff. I did computer science, I did maths. I went down the STEM route because I wasn't sure if I could do art like every day. I used to burn out a lot during secondary school. I didn't do any of the art homework because I just really could not bring myself to do it. Yeah, I find that people always had the same story, well, very similar stories. They didn't like me drawing anime or cartoons or whatever. It's not anime, but that's what the teachers would call it. And rather than encouraging you to learn, okay, here's the fundamentals so you can get better at drawing in general, and then you can use your fundamentals to do what you like. It's just copy these old artists' drawings, write a bit about it or whatever, and then make something that looks like what they've done. And while I now understand why you would want to do that, you know, you look at different artists, look at their styles that you like, or even artists that have parts of their style that you like. You draw their stuff to kind of get an idea for what they're doing, a bit of techniques they're using. A bit different now with digital. Digital is kind of hard to tell what someone's done unless they record it. But with traditional, you could kind of like look at the materials they used, and I'm pretty sure there are certain techniques you use in different mediums, and just get an idea of, okay, these are the skills or the techniques you'd use to produce a drawing that looks like that. And then you incorporate it into your own art. Like, I've been doing this unconsciously for many years, and more recently, for the more recent months, I've been doing this quite intentionally, looking at people's art I like, following good people, and I mean, I don't draw their stuff because I don't have the time, but just analyzing it and picking out parts that I like about their style and figuring out, okay, how can I add this to my own drawing. But yeah, I wish art teachers when I was in GCSE had done that. I might have taken an art career rather than a programming one, and I probably would have been a lot more, well, wouldn't be earning this, but I'm not even working right now, I'm still training, but I know my earning potential would be lower, but I think I'd be having I don't know, I think I'd enjoy life a bit more. I don't know. I don't know how art as work is. I don't know if it's as stressful as computing. I know right now, just like it's a lot. And I'm only training. I did do a year of work, and that was quite stressful for me. It's quite stressful for everybody. I know that my stress tolerance is probably not as high as the average person. Definitely not the best if you want to go into somewhere that is quite competitive like this. I assume art is also quite competitive, to be honest, looking at how people, again, I'm an outsider to the industry. I actually don't really know what goes into it really, just because it's not something I thought would be worth pursuing. I still don't know if it would have been for me specifically, honestly, but you know, I'm here where I am now, and I'm glad I still draw, even though it's not for like work. Although I do have commissions open, so it's more like on my kind of terms working. But I don't know how it would feel to do art in a professional environment. Like commissions, this feels like, you know, well, it feels like you're just like normal home drawing. You know, I choose, okay, I'm gonna schedule some time and draw now for this person or whatever. This is somewhat of a deadline. I gave myself like 4 weeks to do a drawing, just in case I get too busy or whatever. Yeah, actually I'm slowing down a bit because my wrist is starting to hurt. Yeah, just an hour of drawing really does tire me out. So I guess it's a good thing I didn't do. I probably would have like destroyed my wrists completely if I had to draw every single day. And now I can choose when I draw, when I don't. Probably should have drawn an SAI. The lines would have been a lot smoother. Or just picked a different tool. But yeah, when I use crease, I like to use what is this? Pixel brush? One of the pixel brushes. Just because I like, I guess I'm going to call it, I like the crunchy look, I suppose. Is what I'll call it. For certain, yeah, I just like how it looks. It's a bit, I suppose it's not for everyone. But yeah, I am drawing for me. And to advertise, of course. And I want people who like how I like what I draw to find me, I suppose. No point in like trying to draw for what I think other people will like if I don't enjoy it myself. Because then I'll just be miserable. And yeah, it's not work. It's please commission me kind of work. This is looking sort of right, I suppose. Just a little bit of, I don't know what's happening here. Not a fan though. Certainly something. Alrighty. How much time do I have left? 13 minutes. This is looking a bit goofy here, honestly. When I watch the playback, I wonder how I'm going to feel about this. I wonder, I didn't actually do like a mic check or anything, which is probably not the smartest idea. Now that I think about it, I spent a whole hour doing this. Though if it doesn't work, I can always make it a speed paint like I've been doing. Yeah, like I've been doing for the last few months. So yeah, last few months. So it's all good. You just won't get all my lovely insights. Which, while sad, is probably not too bad, I suppose. It's just what it is. Probably the speed paint will get more views anyway, so I might upload the speed paint as well as a long version actually. Just so, yeah, I think I might do that. And gotta find a nice royalty-free playlist to put in the background. I'm actually not listening to music right now. I would usually watch like some political streams or whatever while I draw as my entertainment or whatever. But like a little donut, wouldn't it? Well, whatever, it's fine. I don't have to go all out with this one today. It's just what can I do in an hour? And this, okay, whatever. Let's just get the colors done. This is generally what I can do in an hour, apparently. I think I can actually just do this today. And wait, no, wrong layer, of course. And then how do I, is it Control I? Yeah, it's Control Shift I. Control Shift I to invert selection. Wrong layer. Of course it's the wrong layer. I'm still trying to figure out all the, not figure out, but like learn. I did not like that. Why is it? Why is it like that? Why has it done that? Why has it done that? How do you make it so that it... You know what, never mind. This is why I don't bother using that tool. Anyways, trying to learn the different... okay, what am I doing here? Good. Trying to learn the key binding, keybinds, keyboard shortcuts and all that kind of stuff. And just working with this program, switching between SAI and Krita, and switching between my desktop and my laptop because I have different binds for those as well. Because I just haven't got everything set up. I haven't got everything. What's the word? Is it not unified, but it probably is similar to the word unified. There is a word for it, but I don't know what the word is. Something. Trying to get everything synced up, I suppose is probably the word that works best here. Is... I lost my train of thought. I don't actually know what I was trying to say. It's difficult? Was I trying to say it's difficult? Or was it good? It's both, for sure. I've had this up here for a lot longer than my laptop. I got the laptop recently so I could work remote. Proper, so I could work, like, you know, outside of the house. I can't take my desktop with me. But yeah, so I guess I had, what was I doing? I had my setup here, and this is how it's just as it is because that's how it is. When you get a new setup, you're like, okay, I'm going to make sure everything's nice and comfy, and maybe my preferences probably changed. But I haven't got around to changing it up here. Just use it because it's, you know, here. And then my downstairs setup is also slightly different because it's a two monitor setup. I have the laptop and another monitor I plug into the laptop. But upstairs, but for my desktop I only have just the one monitor. I don't have space for a second one. So there is that. Like when I'm using the dual screen, I have references on one side, I can watch videos on one side and still record my drawing. When I'm upstairs I have to just kind of draw and be quite focused on it if I want to record at the same time. Well, I think it's nice to have different places where I can sit, and I guess like a different vibe for when I'm painting or whatever, drawing. It's nice. It's alright. Now the moment of truth. We do the color picking business. Scroll you out a little bit. Actually, we can. Very different drawing style. I wouldn't believe that was me that did it. Though it definitely is. Well, part of it is because I'm using a different program. It really does change how I approach the drawing. This, and also I'm doing a speed run, so not really spending time trying to make sure everything is kind of looking really good. I'm just doing a drawing, as you will see soon. We have a little bit of that, and then there's a little bit of this, and this arm, I don't know why I did it like that. This is how old was I when I designed this character? Probably 15. This character's like 10 years old by this, well, 10 years old, maybe a little bit younger than that. I'm not 25 yet. Wow, I did the toe thing. Goodness me. Little toe tip business. Sick. And the tail, I know the tail's coloured in, because there's no way I could leave a tail just like that. I had this thing where I always coloured in the tail and just left a little bit uncoloured in. I think there was a little bit of brown here. And ooh, there's, yeah, oops. What colour the ears? The ears are pink. Let's do this quickly though, and change to a more suitable pen size. I think the nose is also this pink colour. Oh, the green eyes. I had so many green-eyed characters. I still have so many green-eyed characters. I keep doing it because, I don't know, I like green eyes on characters. It just looks nice to me. Tabby characteristics. I don't know why I left the face blank. That is quite strange. Actually, I know what, I didn't really understand how pelt patterns worked in the old days. I don't know if I really do still now. I just think I have a better idea than I used to. But yeah, tabbies were always such a confusing pelt pattern for me to kind of like work with. They are very, what's the word? They're very, I don't know. There's a lot to like learn as you're trying to just work with drawing them. I think, like even the different types of tabby, the mackerel tabby, and all the other kind of ones. Yes, I don't think it's easy to really not deal with, but like to learn. Maybe some people find it easy. I don't. I really don't. It's been years of struggling, and I'm still like, is that right? Is that how you do this? Is that how you do that? But hey, you know, you live, you learn, you keep on trying to improve, and yeah, that's kind of like one nice fun thing about life. Kind of like constant improvement. So like as long as it's on your own terms, it sucks if it's like kind of enforced or forced upon you, you know. But when you get to choose, it is quite nice. Like, that's why I really like drawing, why I really like gaming. Two things that I can, yeah, just choose to keep on working on and improving for myself, for my own enjoyment, you know. And yeah, I really do like going back over like old stuff and what did I do? Yeah, just seeing how I've improved. It really is. I think that was one. I stopped for one point in 20. How old was I? I think it was. How old was I? I think I was 16. So 2014 to 20. No. Yeah, it was 2014. 2014 to 2016. I just kind of stopped drawing. If you'd followed me on DeviantArt, then you would have noticed that. But I did like occasionally post, but for about 2 years it was just like the art I'd done had basically dried up really, and I wasn't really posting. I did like a few doodles in a notebook, but that wasn't really it wasn't really. How do I describe it? Yeah, I didn't really feel it. I wasn't really drawing. I tried to do like a few sketches, but I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing. I was drawing because I really wanted to draw, but it was very, very difficult to kind of get the motivation to. I want this to be a bit more bluish purple. But yeah, it was difficult to get the motivation. I do want to be more vibrant though. It does need to be vibrant. Yeah, difficult to be motivated. So I do sketches. I wouldn't be happy with anything I was doing. And it wasn't a fun time. I think actually just that time in my life wasn't very fun, just in general. Like nothing particularly was even going on. I was just a teen, and I think it's probably hormones and puberty and all that business just making life feel not the best. But hey, you know, it's part of life. Unfortunately, you go through puberty, and it kind of sucks for a while. Hopefully it gets better as you get older. It did for me. And yeah, that was it was a time. Definitely happy that I did manage to make friends at my one of my secondary schools, because was it sixth form I suppose is what it was, because I moved schools, so I moved away from the friends I did have at my first school, but thankfully people at the second school I went to were very, very welcoming, very like, yeah, they were nice to me. It definitely helped me through that time. I'm just trying. I think the outline should be dark, and inner lines can have their colors like that. I think that looks the nicest probably. It's obviously debatable if you think it looks awful. And feel free to mention in the comments, I suppose. I will see what I can do about that. I won't be changing this drawing though, probably. Because this is supposed to be a quick thing. I think I might have gone a bit over the hour now, if I go and check. I'll find out in a bit. Cool. Yeah, I've lost track of what I was talking about. Was I talking about drawing? Yes, the whole 2-year hiatus basically. Interesting time. I guess, yeah, my attitude towards drawing definitely changed as well. I think that's one of the big reasons why I started drawing again. I think I was very into, okay, I've done a piece and I want to make something better. I want to make something even better than the last one. Every single time I did a drawing, I wanted it to be like a masterpiece. I wasn't happy with it just being like, I've done better than, not even I've done better than the last time, but like I had fun drawing. I think having this focus on it being good just really sapped out the joy of drawing for me. I know I was following an artist. I follow an artist on Twitter. Who talked about they don't like drawing. They like the final result. And for me, I just would not. I can't. I used to do that. I liked drawing, but drawing with the goal of I want the final result to be really good. Yeah, I don't know how people can do it. I think it's quite crazy. It happens. It is a thing. I think it's actually quite normal as well to not really enjoy drawing that much, but your focus is on like the final result, which is, you know, people have what they draw for whatever reasons it is they draw for. That's kind of one of the really fun things. But art, you kind of have all these different approaches. Actually, for a lot of things, art, I've noticed it in computing. Everyone has their different things that they think work, and I like that. I like that you don't have to do like everything just like one way. You know, people are different and all of that. Let me save this. And it can shine through. But yes, artists who do just draw because of the final product and not because they enjoy drawing. I find that so wild. Because even when I was very focused on the final product, I still liked to draw. I found the process enjoyable. I liked looking back at, okay, this is how I used to draw. This is how I can draw now. Or even like, this would have taken me like 2 hours to do, and now I can do it in 1, or maybe not even like that, but I've improved. I like to see the improvement, and even I hope what I said wasn't like contradictory. But yeah, it doesn't need to be a masterpiece every single time. I just want to see, have I improved since like the last few times I've done this kind of thing? Is it drawing easier now? Am I faster? Like one thing for me was making poses more dynamic. I wasn't happy with how every character was just kind of like sitting or standing the same way. That's one thing I wanted to work on. So this is the old one from 20 something. I don't actually know. I've forgotten what folder I pulled it out from. And the new one, I don't know. It looks like there's 2 different people drew it. I wouldn't even say this one here was bad or anything. It's just different. Though I know for sure this one took a while for me to draw and was quite awkward. More awkward than this. If you're watching the long process video. A lot more awkward than this, but yeah, that is my drawing. Thank you for watching till the end. It's always nice to to just sit down and get some stuff done. Hope you all stay around for the next video. Hopefully that one can be a speed painting. If it's not, it'll be another one of these hour-long I'll talk through my process while I try to speed paint things. But yeah, hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.